We should be live. Are we live? We're live. Are we live? Fuck knows. How's everyone doing today? And I got a few less people than last time, I think. Never mind. Someone's now saying that they are going to be here. I'm confused. But yeah, how's everyone doing? Everyone doing good? Ah, you are here. Happy to see you. Thank you for coming. Are we alive? I don't know. Dead inside, but alive presenting? Is that a thing I can say? I don't even know what that means. It's been one of those weeks. I'm soulless anyway. Well, we didn't need to bring my gingerness into this. Okay. That was unnecessary. Permission to be dead denied, yes. Identify as undead. All gingers do, Charlie. All gingers do. Right. Well, we've had some progress since last time, in the sense that all of these bullet points that you gave me on this sheet the other week, or at least 90% of them, now do have a place on our website. At least mostly. I mean, some of it still needs to be written, but those of you who don't know, this is the website. You can find it over at Colabria, letsbuildwordstogether.com. I will send a link in chat in a minute. And you guys can actually hop along now. And the Teppy wigs have been created, at least in a D&D vague sense. This is obviously going to have some more information added to it over time. And I'm going to build some little flavor bits and some other information that you guys might find interesting over time, similar to a D&D system. Although we are now looking at possibly making our own RPG system, so do think about that. But you can find all sorts of stuff on here. I've also started making the elves for the Dawn Elves and Dusk Elves that we were talking about in the first episode of Colabria, I believe it was. So Dawn Elves and Dusk Elves have now been made. We also have, if I go across here, this is all stuff you can access, by the way. We do have Valley of the Unseen I've started to write out information on. This is all taking a long time to set the formats out and stuff, guys, so I'm sorry if it's taking longer than we anticipated. This does take, like, hours and hours of work, so, yeah. But we're going to be adding more and more as we go. Once we get to the Dusk Elves, so many suggestions. Yeah, so I've already kind of made a vague outline of what the Dusk Elves are going to be like. As like a vague outline, it's obviously a lot of stuff that needs to be changed as we go. So, I'm just getting as much information down as I can. You've been buzzing? Hey, I'm glad to hear it, man. Okay. Having said that, I will send this link now, because I know it off by heart. Why wouldn't I? There you go. You want to check it out? Go check it out. That's where all the information is ending up anyway, slowly over time. So much to do. But for now, we're going to pick up where we left off. Kind of. We're not going to focus anymore on the Valley of the Unseen. The amount of information that we have from that is already unparalleled and so much. So, like, too much. And I still need to get all the information down. We've basically completed this area in terms of the actual substance of it. There's a few other things that we might come back to. Might put some polls out on the website, things like that, that we'll want to actually narrow down some fields. But for now, we're going to consider the Teppy Wigs land done. But now we got to get to the rest of Kamaria. This is a big place. We did say we would focus on something lighthearted. This is true. This is very true. Are we going to successfully do that, though? Who knows? So, if we're going to do something lighthearted, then I think if we focus on Kamaria first. Yeah, we'll do Kamaria. Kamaria, I think we agreed, was mainly going to be the land of the short people. I think we said something about dwarves, goblins, like there's a lot of mountains. These mountains here, as we established before, these are bordering with Artog, which is a predominantly orcish nation. So, I think we said there were going to be goblins along this side, as it were. In the mountains here, and then maybe some dwarves down here, you know, little mountain retreats, and then variations of humans and all sorts, because humans are everywhere, let's be honest. Humans get everywhere, and we're gonna have humans throughout as well. But what kind of place is Colabria gonna be? Colabria, remember, is the name of the kingdom, empire, region, whatever we want to call it, however they run. It could be a conglomerate for all I care. What are we gonna do with Colabria? That's the question of the day. Or alternatively, we can come back to Colabria once we've completed some other regions and finish it off. Merchant princes. Oof, I love that. I feel like humans are a race of themselves, Barna. We can't really change that one. Merchant princes, though, I like. So Colabria is a nation of merchant princes. I guess that kind of makes sense. You know, you get a lot of ores and minerals and shit from the mountains along this area. We don't... What do we want this to be? A little Love Island. Are you trying to be really positive effect? You know that that's going to end up backfiring. It's going to somehow end up being dark and twisted. But yeah, merchant princes I like. I definitely like that. Don't mind me. I have so many pages open. Well, so many things. Let's just get this rolling. This is episode 3. Let's load up this document like that then. Okay. We got this up and running now. Desire Island. Maybe an economic central to the Colabria. Not what I meant. I was thinking... Okay. So the island is actually like the economic head. Like a banking city. God. Okay, so we'll have like, the island is like where all of the wealthy live. Is that what we're going with? We're gonna have some economic conglomerate style thing. I mean, this is a huge island though. I mean, again, we're remembering that each of these hexagons is about 1 day's travel D&D time. So that's about 8 miles. That's on foot, obviously not on animals. I'm just gonna smooth the edges of this island a little bit though, because it does a little bit. I'm not gonna do a little bit too wobbly. My mic on occasion cuts off. That's unacceptable. Oh, it's because it's too low. Sorry, that's my bad. Thank you, effect. Yeah, so what are we thinking? Banking cities along here? In the ocean? Or is there going to be like a capital somewhere else and then this be something else? What's the idea? Believe in gods if they have a religion surrounding the idea of coin and trade, almost like the stock market. We could do either one of those happily. Oh, shit. I love how we're just like suddenly turning this into America. I don't know. Maybe there's a god of wealth or something that they worship. Who's secretly also like duality, the god of greed or something. I don't know. We're wanting to be merchant princes, right? So let's work with that. Now let's have a look at what cities. I think we're gonna want to do human ones on this one. Capitalist hellscape. I mean, that's basically America. That's maybe a bit harsh. Okay. We'll use the dwarven ones, actually. So where do we want... This is the big question. Where do we want the capital to be? Addy's running in 5. Hey, lovely. Do we want the capital to be on this island here? Or do we want it to be tucked somewhere else? What's the vibe? Is this island going to be the economic strength of Colabria? Or is that going to be, you know, some weird island or something else? Western end. So, western end of the island. So, kind of down here, maybe? I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Let's get some really scaled down tech. Ooh. So I'll stop this lighting. Okay, so this is going to be the capital, which we'll decide our name on at some point soon. Transport, citizens' access to the open sea and the larger coast. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because if we think back to the main map, yeah, this gives it access to this passageway here into the ocean and to pretty much anywhere they want to go, which is good. It's a good idea. Built by pirates in a fortress, they built the country on their wealth and became a merchant dynasty. Ooh, I kind of like that. I like that vibe. That could explain like a big mix of different races being involved in this area as well. Like all the outcasts and everything. Hey Andy, how you doing? 100%. Okay, so we're saying that Colabria, let's get this idea down. Get these bullet points going. Into a merchant dynasty. Love that. So that's why their capitals, like, I'm guessing a lot of their cities then are going to be kind of along the coastal regions. I like that vibe. And again, that gives us so many ideas in terms for, yeah, but this is like a very snowy pirates place. But maybe that's why they built it in the snow, you know? People don't necessarily think to go there to look for people. Kind of like that vibe. They're like, oh, no one's gonna come looking for us down here. Picks like a really like out of nowhere, like out of the way island. So with that in mind then, yeah, we'll think of this as get some like little towns going. The further north, the less civilized it gets. Yes, more like Vikings. Oh wow, we just lit the Norwegian up. I think maybe we'll have like a few different towns, cities type things going on around the island, right? Because I feel like that's where we're gonna have a lot of it focused, is gonna be around this island mass. All on the coast though, because they would be on the coast. Have like the middle being largely kind of, not wasteland, but certainly not as civilized. I like that vibe. Change some of these up, I think. Make them into a few different icons, make it look a little bit better. Will the island be Arctic Australia, a grand barren desert with the coast being occupied? I mean, I think essentially that's what the vibe is. But instead of being a barren wasteland, it's like this snowy oasis. Yeah, I feel like the culture would be kind of a mix of all these different races and all these different cultures, and it'd probably be one of the most culturally diverse civilizations of them all. Then we'll get some more. We'll get another city, I think. Over here. I think this is gonna need a multiple cityscape, right? They have like one on the mainland, one in the island. course, sticking to theme, we'll scatter some villages along the coast. Are we gonna have, like, them mining gold and shit in the mountains then? Maybe that's why they're here? Yeah, we'll 100% name some trade routes in this area. We'll get around to that as well. But what about a city in the mountains mining, like, gold and silver? There must be a reason they chose here. You know, A, because it's so out of the way. Yeah. But maybe we'll go with some, like, gold, silver. Silver mining? You're triggered, sorry. Alright, we'll pop a city up here. We could say it's like silver mining in the mountains. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Yeah, no, that's fine. Alright guys, just changing font colors real quick so we can see it a bit better. There we go. Much like the wolf, now riddled with holes. Oh, ouch. Ouch. Too soon, too soon. Okay, so we'll go with some, like, cities and, like, towns along this bit then. Pop one down. Very edge. It could be that this is like the pirate nation at the bottom. They're known as Colabria, but then up here you just have some more like... Is it wild? Is it unnatural? Do they just focus on the coast, you know? Or do they have like a few villages and towns and stuff set up to help get them food and things? Like, I feel like that's probably what's going to be the case. Get rid of a few of these. Each prince could have a different enterprise they trade in. Yeah, so we could have like a mountain prince here. There's like silver. And then have, I don't know, something down here. Probably to do with the water more than anything else. I feel like the goblins would be the mediators with the trolls and orcs to collaborate with the pirate dynasty. I like that. In that case, if we put one of these cities up here then somewhere. Like almost, this is like the furthest they go. I feel like all of the merchants though would want access to the water, so it's hard. I will leave it down there. But we have, say we have 3 or 4 princes. Is that like a good number? Each has their own like city. Let's add some forested areas too. So we got the wood up here, obviously. We have only one embassy, but everything else is by the coast. Yeah, so there's like one city up here somewhere. Everything else is just like by the coast. Stay away. We said we want it to be quite wild, right? So let's just... Some like forested areas below the tree line. Below these. I'll make these look pretty in my own time, but this is like the vibe we're going with. Capitalize in lumber and crop. Yeah, exactly. That's a good vibe. I feel like in this tucked away bit though, I feel like they'd want to be as far from where other people can easily get to them as possible. You know? If we vibe that up here. That seems nice. Delete the odd tree here. Make sure each city has access to at least fresh water. Yeah, no, I'm gonna build some rivers and stuff in a second. Building all, like, big forest over here. I say little, it's big. Kind of wild and unkept area, basically. Free Prince regime, an outlaws council, island prince, mainland prince, Funfest prince. God, this is getting complicated. I love it. Let's subtract some space. I'll scatter through and then we'll just do lake. Just keep that as it is. I don't need a rune on an off route. I don't like that either. I'm very indecisive, we'll get there. Okay, so we need a mountain. We probably need a mountain on this, at least somewhere. Dormant volcano of some kind, we'll go with. Okay, right, we're just slowly building in some natural areas here. I think that works quite well for now. Runoff points to some of the mountains and things, which are known to happen. Yeah, I think we'll stick with that for now. Okay, so we want to go with a merchant prince system. 3 cities, right? So 1 capitalizes on crop and lumber. That's our city up here. Let's give him a couple more villages to his name. 1 down here, maybe in the crevice. We'll just have 1 out here. This will be kind of your crops, as it were. They mine scarred silver, stronger silver alloy which has its value in soft magical property. Sell the raw material to military clients and others who pay, hence why it's called the Scarus Peaks. I love that idea. Yes. Yes. Just yes. Just yes. So we'll get that on here right away. Okay. So if one of the princes focuses on the lumber and crops, 1 in scarred silver, and then is the last one the one who focuses on like foreign stuff, like they're the main trader, as it were. Like the actual trade, international trade. Okay. Does Ally have 1 L or 2? It is 2. Okay, nice. Love that. So the Scarus Peaks, this is one prince over here in the Scarus Peaks. He's the one who deals in the scarred silver. That's his cities along the, you know, his villages and cities. I feel like then, maybe this is a very wild area. They let a lot of it that they don't use just kind of stay unsafe almost for a reason. They're just like, they don't really care about it. So I'm thinking we have a few villages out here in terms of, let's not move that, crops and stuff. Each prince has one city, that's right, one city on the coast and the others to do with their operations, yeah? With affluent wealth comes other benefits like master craftsmen, ambassadors, colleges, etc. Yeah, so maybe this last prince is like the main one of trade and that's what's on this isle. Where the actual wealth mainly comes from these ones. I think that's a good vibe. He's almost like goods and services. He's the services one. You know, the others are of goods. I like that. Okay. How many things I have all over the place. Right. Okay, I love this idea. So we have the 3 princes, right? Each one has a capital. This is great. Okay, cool. So what kind of... Do they have maybe some amazing other stuff? Lumber, they should drop coal bark. Sturdy, heavy lumber, resistant to fire due to the bark burning like hot coal. Propagates through flash fires each summer. Nothing magic about it, just coal-like bark from evolution. Pirate teamwork, power of friendship. Yeah. I feel like this is more of like a frozen area though. Like this is a very cold climate, not a warm climate, Bana. I like that idea for another nation though. Definitely keeping that in mind for another nation. But this is right by the South Pole really. Like this is where the South Pole is down here. This is the Barren Borealis. So yeah, I mean maybe they have a special type of wood as well. But I like the idea that the Scarus Peaks gets its name from this softly magical silver. Maybe it's just easier to enchant than other materials, things like that. WH stays warm. Yeah, I mean the flash fires wouldn't be necessarily a thing. That's where my concern comes. Dot some more trees around, don't mind me. A little bit more natural. Okay, so it's coal bark, which is used to stay warm in cold climates. Natural mutation. Yeah, that could work as a reason why. What stops them from attacking each other? That's a good question, Charlie. That's something we're gonna have to come up with. I'm just gonna write down about this coal bark though. I don't know how you spell lumber mills. Okay. Okay. So yeah, what is stopping these guys just attacking each other to take more power? Military magical might, peace treaties, actual mutual friendship between nations, magical contracts. Ooh, ancestors made a magic pact. I like that. Arbiter of the princes, one elected official of the people. Could also work with that. Has anyone here played, Greedfall? I don't know if anyone here would have played Greedfall. Good game, by the way. Everyone should check it out if you haven't played it before. But in Greedfall, they have, like, the merchants conglomerate, yeah, the story's amazing. But, like, that's, like, different regions all at peace through, like, contracts, basically. I mean, the whole reason that your group, your merchants, it's a merchant congregation, isn't it? Is at peace with, like, is partnered with the Coin Guard and, the Alsard, what's Alsard's, the Bridge Alliance and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, yeah, they're kind of all contracted together, and because of the contracts, they kind of can't work apart. Or is it maybe that maybe only one of the princes actually knows the process for getting the scarred silver out of the mountains? Maybe there's a special process it has to go through for the alloy to actually become what it is. You know, maybe there's something that's stopping them from just outrightly lunging at each other. But I like the idea that they have, like, some kind of contract, you know? Like, something stopping them from just going at each other's necks for the coin. I definitely think we could do something with that. Contract who applies even to the people in some way. Yeah, that, like, keeps the people in check. Brittle Treaty sounds like an incentive to be the heroes to stop a war or encourage it. Yeah, it could definitely be a campaign point. 100%. So there's some kind of magic treaty. Maybe it is like Andy said, like, there's some kind of deal. Maybe it's like if one of the princes dies, like, and a blood heir doesn't take up the crown, that, like, something falls apart, something happens. It has to be one of their blood heirs, though. Because that could make some real fun storyline shit with, bastard children and all sorts. So that way not just anyone can take the prince's throne, but someone has to. God of Greed made a pact with the first 3 brothers, yeah. Yeah, prince is just a title regardless of gender, agree with that. Maybe, Barna, they have, like, maybe in terms of that treaty, if it's not a blood heir, they have to have specifically written on a contract, on a similar magical contract, the name of the person taking their place. So it stops just random people. Well, yeah, maybe it is something with the God of Greed. Maybe the God of Greed actually... Oh my god! Hey, thanks for the follow. Maybe the God of Greed, like, blesses each heir themselves. So maybe they have to make a pact with the God of Greed each time the crown goes. If it's not to one of their blood heirs. Why is that the notification sound? Because it's your voice and it's funny. But... Maybe part of this magic pact is that they decide with the God of Greed who it is. If they have kids, other factions could back their favorites, they can grab more political power. What kind of people are these guys? These guys are a mix of races. We need to decide who the princes are going to be. Are they going to be human? Maybe they're a mix. Maybe there's, like, different princes of different races. And yeah, maybe that'll help us kind of figure out the details of the contract. But for now, we'll just say some kind of contract is keeping the princes from just going to war with each other. Keeping the princes in power. And yeah, effects, I like the idea that like a god of greed made the deal with the first princes. Prince is the leader position, it's a triarchy. Yeah, technically. So they work together. They have like systems of ways of staying strong as a nation. Maybe they're all like half or quarter races, so there's a hint of Orcish or Giant in their blood, but it's not clear. I like that. I feel like pirates in general are like outcasts though, right? Like that's like the vibe pirates give off. So maybe it's people who've like bastard sons and like all this kind of shit. Like people who just, yeah, they're like half races or things like that are generally not accepted. We haven't even discussed the stance of our world on half races, but yeah. Renowned pirate raiders that presumed dead but ended up on this island where they made the deal to not die in the cold. Yeah. Figure above them, without power over people, but only over them. I feel like that is the god of greed, right? If we're saying that the god of greed made a deal with these guys, and yeah, they worked out of the desperation of the princes, so the god's getting a lot out of these guys. A champion of greed? Yeah, maybe a religious figure then. A champion of greed who stands kind of above all of the princes and maintains the contract. It's like the god of greed gave this to you, but he can just as easily take it away. Having like a physical manifestation of that person is definitely a good idea. Okay. Like a prophet, but not like a prophet, more like a servant. Just does whatever he needs to do to maintain the contract. He has to either be extremely greedy or the absolute opposite. Sheer saturation of greed. I think we'll have to talk about who is this champion of greed. What are they like? We'll have to discuss that. Okay, so there's some kind of champion of greed. Plot hook, a set of trials happen to choose the new champion. Yeah. So we're saying that the champion is it's a mortal person. Yeah. We're saying for sure the champion's a mortal person, so trials go underway when a new champion is to be chosen. That could be a really good plot point in the sense that during one of these changeover times, maybe there's something happens and one of the princes tries to grab power within this gap, as it were. That could be a really fun thing to work with. Okay, I like that. A greedy prince being greedy? Unheard of, yeah. But that's what I mean, is that could be a really fun plot hook if you wanted to bring that into a campaign or into your own work, working in this world. You're in this area and actually there's one of these trials going ahead. Whatever these trials are going to be called. What do we want to call the trials? I think we need to think of a name. Name, TBD. Do that. Fear of death bound us to the chains of greed. My family are heirs to murderous thieves and pirates. This cursed is why I must remain on this mountain peak and mediate the three princes. All that are worked for will be taken from us. Ooh, I like that effect. You're working hard today, bro. Really like that. So we're saying that the champion is from a lineage of this then. Or, I mean, I guess all of these people are descendants of the pirates, you know? Trial of Scales, yeah, it could be good. I actually, looking at this, and Effect's idea here, what if the prince isn't necessarily hasn't become what they are because of the god of greed? Maybe they're the opposite to it. Like, the god of greed made this deal with the pirates, with the pirate princes, thinking that they would fall apart eventually, and, you know, that would be almost their prize. Maybe the god of greed wants them to be driven into madness by greed, and the champion keeps them balanced. It's almost like an anti-greed. That's just bouncing off of Effect's writing there, which I think is very good. Yeah, see, I like that as well. Okay. The princes embody greed, because they made a deal with the god of greed. To survive, partially, but also to become bigger than what they were. And they were becoming consumed by that greed, and threatened each other, so then rose a champion of greed, who actually is, you know, there to mediate, to stop them from getting out of control, to stop them being driven mad. So yeah, he's the embodiment of the opposite. The people in the region call it greed or something more tasteful. I feel like they would call it something else. Like, maybe to the rest of the world they say that that's the god of greed's doing. But to the people of this region, yeah, maybe they'll call it, I don't know. Maybe they call the god of greed something entirely opposite. Yeah, maybe they call the god of greed, like, generosity or something. Or not even like a god, maybe they just call him, like, the giving father or something. Something similar, something that really ties it together. Like, he is the god of greed, but perhaps they call him something else. I feel like that would work better. Fruitful pockets, yeah. Maybe they just call him the god of trade. Maybe they just call him the god of wealth. They don't call him the god of greed. They're like, the god of wealth, yeah, like they're our patron. And you're like, oh, that's funny, because he's kind of, you know, greedy. Comarian conglomerate a good way of calling it? Maybe to be poor is a sin and is seen as a moral failing. Ooh, I like that. Like, if you're poor, it's your own fucking fault. Like, you've failed. Ooh. This is the US. Yeah. Or China. We've rewritten the what now? This is a greed police led by this other guy. What's seen as a sin and a moral failing, but they'll just leave you to rot, I feel like is the gist. Let's just save this woman. I mean for those who are so greedy that they do harm. Oh, I see. So you're saying the champion. I feel like the champion moderates that themselves. This is gonna be a happy one today. What's never happy, is it? All of these places look super happy, but we have to create depressing plot hooks, unfortunately. As we get into building more of the actual people in these areas, it is gonna be happy. The whole island is the Greed Father's domain. Yeah, pretty much. We're not calling him that banner. Okay. Just as bad, Charlie. Just as bad. This keeps getting worse. Fuck's sake. Alright, let's rein this back in. Rein this back in. Right, so we have... We did just make the ultimate sugar daddy, and I do not know how I feel about it. Okay, this is gay. This is terrible. Okay, so we have a greed-bound nation, 3 pirate princes who made deals with... Name of the god is G. G, the god of greed. No. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. So who are these princes gonna be? I feel like we need to fundamentally answer the question, who are the princes? Right? That's a question we need to answer. So, let's not talking about G. Let's just make a quick section. Okay, let's make a quick section on the princes. That's fine.
Oh my god!
Thanks for the follow, my guy. Right. So we're gonna have princes. Who's the first prince gonna be? What I think we said that they're gonna be kind of like the outlaws. Not even outlaws, just the outsiders. They're like the half-bloods, the quarter-bloods, the mixeds. So who do we want the first prince to be? Knowing, by the way, I am making an entirely custom races for a whole bunch of shit. We already have the Teppy wigs. I've already redone elves and stuff like that. So who do we want this first prince to be? You just basically named them Ursula. I didn't realize that the Little Mermaid was here. Let's go back to the time where the first outlaws came from. Who is the original pirate crew? Yeah, this is going to be part of the lore of this area as well. We definitely need to think about the lore. Let's think about current princes, or should we think of, like, historic princes first? We'll do historic, actually, first. I think that's going to give us a better That'll give us a better understanding of who we're dealing with now. So let's think about the first princes. Who were the three who made the deals with the god of greed? That's what we need to think about first. I think maybe one being like a half-orc or something might be a good, like, shout. Just because, you know, half-orcs are generally... Orcs aren't generally accepted by a lot of society anyway. I think maybe half-orc is good. Banished from their own kingdoms, maybe. Mm-hmm. Andy. Andy be out here calling us all losers. I see how it is. See how it is. Okay. Let's think of it as the historic ones then. So we're saying that they're all pirate legends who ended up on this island together and made a deal with the god of greed so as to flourish, right? So who were the original pirate princes? Bootlegger Jones, I like that. First prince was a banished bastard for being a half-orc. Yeah, I love that. So, we'll say... First chat, love that. Bert the Jeweler. I kind of like that. So we'll go... Bootlegger Jones is a very human name, right? We'll go... That sounds quite human-esque. Human-ish. There might be some half-blood. I like the idea of a half-orc one. I just like the name Bert. Maybe that's just me. We'll go with Bert the Jeweler. That's, again, sounds human-ish, so again, that's probably gonna be a... Maybe one of them is human, but the rest of them are gonna be half-species. Let's come up with an orc name, guys. Or half-orc. Or has the half-orc got a generic name? Does the half-orc have a name? like Bert or Jones? Togtar. So they were given an orc name. Doran Blooddamned. Damn. Okay. Very aggressive. I like Blooddamned as last name. Last one's more of a joke. Mm-hmm. I like... Yeah, I like Togtar Blooddamned. I'm gonna combine those two. And that will be that's our half-orc. Bastard. Right, so that's our half-orc bastard, we've agreed. Okay, so we have the three pirate princes that originated. So Bootlegger Jones, what's Bootlegger Jones? Again, remembering that we're going to be creating a bunch of races, a bunch of half races, a whole bunch of stuff that's both playable and in the monsters manual. We're basically making our own monster manual and our own player's handbook, so... Bootlegger be a halfling type? Oh, I kind of like that. Blooddam meaning that he's in a lineage who's cursed or shamed? Yes. Boots take up his whole leg. Oh, sorry. That's really cute, Bonner, and I love it. Okay. So, individual of short stature. Waddles around in a really menacing way. See, I just pictured like this is really adorable. Jones is cursed to be obsessed with shoes. Oh god. Bootlegger Jones's lineage. That's the that's our traders, our trading prince lineage. That's what we're going with. Okay. Fuck's sake. Oh, Jesus. A Farquaad type that is very quickly offended if you bring up his height. Yes. Okay. Yep. Just like all of the like paintings and stuff, or like all of the shit that's been left since Bootlegger Jones's day, are all of them like paintings where he's painted considerably taller than he is. Because I feel like that's a very Farquaad thing to do, and I kind of vibe with it. So okay, we'll go with Bootlegger Jones being an individual of short stature. Boots took up half his legs, very quickly offended if you brought up his height. This is what we've got so much. Goes to public events on stilts, Napoleon complex. Yeah. Okay. This is the originals, by the way, so this is gonna be shit that's like history in the current setting that we're in. But I love that. Fuck. This is funny. See, I told you guys, more lighthearted today. Or like, did he only ever like go to public events like on horseback or something? Or just stayed away from things? Just didn't like being seen. He owns up to his height? Do we want him to own up to his height but have like a Napoleon complex in the sense that like all of his paintings have him painted like a little bit taller and like everything he has is just a little bit... He gets very offended. You don't bring up his height or he'll kill you kind of thing. Because I like all of this right now. Like, this is great. So he owns up to it, but like he's very offended if you bring it up. Like, don't bring it up or he'll have a problem. I may be small, but my pockets are deep. That's gonna be his catchphrase. Done. That's it. That's 100%. Right, let's move on to Bert the Jeweler. Bert is, who was Bert? I'm fucking what, mate? Yeah, starts a fight, immediately decapitates you. Don't fuck with a pirate prince, guys. Bad idea. Okay. Okay, right. Bert the Jeweler. Who's Bert the Jeweler? So, well, actually, we know a little bit about this guy, so we'll do this guy. Arrested. What do we say blood dam means? It, like, means of cursed blood. Lineage. Fine, cool. Bert Jules Rapier's ex-fighter, long out of his prime. Oh, so he was, like, an older pirate captain. More, like, respected than actually efficient? Is that what we're going with? A nice black beard, yeah. I like that effect, I like that. Okay, so older gentleman, amazing fighter, long past his prime. So he was like an amazing jeweler, basically. So we're talking dueling in the traditional sense. Yeah, lots of fighting competitions. Love that. So he's more respected than fierce. Like underworld cage fights, yeah. The guy just liked vaping. Okay. I like that as some pointers for who he is. So let's move on. Yeah, so Togtar Blood Damned then. So if we bet the jeweler is like an older gentleman, just very well respected, ran load competitions, was an amazing fighter. Love that. So Togtar now. Togtar the Blood Damned, sorry. A half-orc bastard, cursed lineage. Togtar vapes. God damn it. So I'm guessing this guy's gonna be the most vicious of them, right? Like, Bootlegger Jones would cut off your head for commenting on his height. But the jeweler would throw you in the ring. And Blood Damned, I think, would just butcher you on the spot, right? Blackbeard, a half-orc with a black beard and a pipe. I kind of vibe with that. Runs a shisha bar, oh god. Okay. I think we need one who's the most vicious. I think it is playing into the stereotype. We don't want him to be the... Maybe he's like cursed lineage, but he's a nice guy, you know? I mean, none of these are particularly nice guys. You know, like I said, this pirate would kill you for bringing up his height. This one would throw you in a ring. And this guy, yeah, like everyone thought he was vicious. Like all of the history books about him are like super vicious, but all of his lineage know that he was actually kind of a softie. They're kind of embarrassed about it, so they've like tried to convince everyone that he was super scary. Yeah, like it's just this complete... He's mostly just a chef. Again, this is historic. This guy's not an actual prince now. These are the original 3 princes. Okay. Seen by everyone. So we're talking about this in past tense, right? Like how the history books are written. So, history has him as like a super like vicious guy. In reality, he just loved art and was super chill. Is that what we're going with? So like history, basically all of his lineage are like embarrassed about the fact that he wasn't actually that vicious. Like the other 2 were way more vicious than him, so they were like, oh no, but like he would kill you, you know, in like a split second. And like the reality is that he was just, yeah, maybe his poetry was misread as threats. Like these are just quotes taken wildly out of context that he said. Ooh, other half of him, human royalty. Human kingdom banished him for being a bastard to an adulterous mother. Ooh, I like that. Okay, I like that as a vibe. So this guy was incredibly vicious, but not. Thank you for the follow, appreciate. Started the first Bard College, valuing expression as individual. I love that. This is just a really misunderstood half-orc. I fucking love it. Okay. Yeah, 100%, I'm down for that. Okay, so... Explain his brief exposure to art and gentle behavior. Yeah, exactly. So the human royal part of him before he was banished. 100%. Okay, I think we have our historic 3 princes. So the original 3 who made the deal with the god of greed. Is voiced by Ian McKellen. Love that. The original 3 then princes. The original 3 pirate princes. We have them down. Let's focus now on the current princes. So knowing then that these are of their lineage, who are they now? Like, how do they differ? You know, who are they? What are their names? What are they like? I do think maybe like this whole blood damned thing, like everyone's history is like, oh, he was super mean, and like they're trying to prove that when actually he wasn't. Like, I like that vibe. We'll go with that vibe. But yeah, who was Bootlegger Jones, who was then their lineage? I mean, we could even do it that, like, maybe this kingdom came in later down the line after the Great Divide. And so the Tepiwigs had long since been cut off. Maybe Bootlegger Jones is an exile Tepiwig. If for anyone who doesn't know what that means, we created a race called Tepiwigs in the last episode who live in this really cute little place. If I just get the race up on the website, you guys can see it. Tepiwigs are adorable. So Tepiwigs do have 2 different playable sub-races, the Valley Tepiwig, and we have the Exile Tepiwig, people who left years and years prior. Maybe he doesn't know he's a Tepiwig. Like, everyone thinks he's just a really short guy, but he's actually a Tepiwig. No one knows what they are, though, because it's been so long since Tepiwigs were seen. And remembering that the Great Divide we're saying happened thousands and thousands of years ago, like, people don't have a lifespan that long. Or, like, most don't. Elves live kind of into their middle of their first millennia. So, Is that what we're gonna go with? Should we go with that, Bootlegger Jones was actually a Teppiwig but didn't know it? Like, brought up by human parents? Maybe his parents smuggled him out just before they closed the valley off to using the Trolls of Gorek. Maybe they smuggled him out and left him with a human family, hoping he would grow up and be safe outside of the valley. And that he has no idea he's a Teppiwig. Yeah, so we'll say he's an exiled Teppiwig then. So the current prince then will also be a Teppiwig, but Teppiwigs have still basically never been seen. They're super rare. We've already been over this. It's a very Teppy idea, yeah. So... also an exiled Teppiwig then. 7 dwarves banish the 8th. Yeah, I like that. It's a good vibe, it's a good vibe. Okay, so with that in mind then, what is the name of Bootlegger Jones's descendant? The current, I think we said Bootlegger Jones would be... Which one's which, actually? I feel like the Bard College guy has to be the Merchant Prince. Then we'll have... I feel like this is the Lumber Prince, 100%. And this will be the Silver Prince. Okay. Toktar's lineage was purposefully attempted to keep pure in half-breed, so while others interbreeded, Toktar's blood kept as pure as possible. That's so confusing. Avery coin cutter. Ooh, I like that. So Avery coin cutter, is this, oh jeez, let me just do this. Let's do this correctly, shall we? So remembering that Prince is a title that's being used interchangeably for men and women. Yeah, we're saying Avery coin cutter. We're saying the short people were... Is this like a half Teppiwig? Is Avery coin cutter now a half Teppiwig then? Because there wouldn't have been other Teppiwigs to mingle with. So... Huh. I'm gonna have to make a half Teppiwig race, aren't I? I will do that. Yeah, would she be like an in-between? Like a not really that tall still, but not short either? That's like... That's so brutal. Okay, yeah. It's Teppy, goddammit. Okay, so I'll make a half Teppiwig race, that's fine, I can do that. Teppiwig on a step stool. I'll make that. So they're a half Teppiwig. What is Avery like as a person? You know, what's she or he? What are we going with? Half-orc prince in the present day is pretty much still as close to 50-50 as genetically possible. Yeah, I get that. So yeah, Avery coin cutter, the half Teppiwig. Are they them? Love that. Get some they them representation in here. Non-binaries, we see you. So we're going with that. Talks far too fast, yeah. Seem to be quite quirky. Now, remembering all of these people still have a bloodline link to the god of greed, so they're all still going to be greedy people. That's still going to be a thing. Seem to be quite quirky. Do they have like maybe a specific thing that they collect or something specific that they're like addicted to? Socially awkward and introverted, unlike the aggressive forefather. Has like a dragon sickness and likes to hoard treasure. Oh, I like that. Maybe they have like a treasure room or something in their city. And yeah, maybe they are quite kind of, not awkward and introverted, but maybe they are a reserved person because they're like, yeah, not seen by others. Yeah, exactly. So kind of... Yes, they're super paranoid. Scrooge McDuck pulls a coin, love that. Okay, so we'll say that they're paranoid. Yeah, super paranoid. We'll just put super paranoid. Okay, I love that as a person. Let's go on to the next one now. Who's the legacy of Bert the Jeweler? The older gentleman, ran a lot of fighting positions, the Lumber Prince. Oh, so we're saying that this is maybe the most aware of the contract? Nuances. We'll say they're most aware of the nuances. That's not how you pronounce it. There we go. I feel like dragons are very lavish. Are we saying that they like to be lavish but only in themselves? Okay, yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to Bert. I think we said is he's the human prince. So I mean, it could be that their descendant is a half something though. There's nothing stopping that. This is thousands of years and difference, you know. So who's Bert's descendant? The jeweler. The incredible fighter long past his prime, ran lots of fighting competitions and brawls, more respected than feared. And he was the Lumber Prince. Who is their descendant? Why can't I brain? Yeah, that's Facebook. Mimi. Descendant of royal or blood. So that's what we haven't decided yet. Is the contract going to be a blood contract or is it going to be a like chosen lineage contract? Bert's descendant comes from a school that trains the finest diplomats and manipulators. Ooh. Or Prince Charming, playboy, big up his ancestors in busy taverns. Oh god. Both of those are good ideas. Do you know who I am kind of vibe? I kind of like that vibe. Whoa, okay, Effect. You comment in here with all the information. Maribeth Bellhart, manipulative and exceptionally beautiful, but has orcish blood in her, making her above average in height. So yeah, maybe she's really... Okay, I like this idea. Okay, so we're going with a... I think I like this idea. I'm gonna mix these together. So if we go with Maribeth Bellhart. I like that name. So, really beautiful and manipulative. Some orcish blood, so she's tall, right? So we're also saying that they're meant to be in school, but they're being, I mean, she's being a playboy in herself. That's fine. We love a woman who decides to do that. They want to do that, they can do that. So, is there a gender neutral term for playboy? Like, oh, this just stumped my brain a little bit. Like, what is the gender neutral term for playboy? Yeah, play person. just being a player. Just being a major player. There we go. We'll just go with that. We'll go with the do you know who I am act. That's fine. We'll go with the player. Thank you effect. Or seduce, yeah, both those work. We'll just go with the player. Major player. So they should be in school, but they're being a major player. So they are in a school that's training them to be an incredible diplomat and manipulator, but it turns out they're actually already a manipulator and they're using that to skip school. Heartbroken by a professor and now just hold on, how old is this person? Let's get this figured out now. Yeah, we love a bisexual queen though. Definitely gonna be a bisexual queen. We'll go with that. That's in my notes now. A bisexual seductress, what could go wrong? Exactly. We love a bisexual queen. Okay, so this is the Lumber Prince. A romantic. Oh, so she's kind of like a hopeless romantic. Like, very beautiful, super manipulative, but... Oh, a romantic. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, so like they just don't really feel romantic attraction at all. 100%. Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll go with that as a sign on that one. Okay, so we have... I feel like that's probably enough information on those two. Yeah, I feel like we got a lot of information. Who's the last person then? Who is Togtar Blood Damned's like ancestor? Who is there? Who follows them? Togtar's, maybe we don't know, they haven't been found yet. Wouldn't that break the terms of the contract, though? Runs a religious or historic order. I mean, this is the same. This is an ancestor of someone who founded a Bard's College. Let's keep that in mind. Maybe they're on the run. Ooh, I kind of like that. So we're saying they don't want the responsibility of being a prince? Davingor, I like that. Since the other two both shun their responsibility, maybe this one should be in the open. Oh, so we're saying maybe this one isn't on the run. Yeah, I guess we do already have two princes who both, like, don't really do what they're supposed to be doing.
Oh my god!
Hey, thanks for the sub, man. Yeah, I think, actually, yeah, no, I'm gonna go with you on that one, because we do have two princes already that are basically not doing their jobs. So, who is I feel like the third prince maybe should be trying to hold it together. Everyone calls him Danny. Aw, wants to be fun but doesn't know how to be. I mean, maybe because of the pressure of, like, them all knowing that their ancestor was actually a huge softie who wanted to make music. Maybe they have, like, such a massive, like, internalized, I don't know, like, feeling like they need to be better than that. Like, they need to be the person their, like, ancestor should have been. You know? Like, disappointment in an ancestral figure, then trying to spend the rest of your eternity trying to make up for that. Which is why, like, they've rewritten the histories to say, oh, he was fierce, and, like, we're maintaining that when actually he was a softie, and they're just trying to make up for the fact that he was. Like, every Jason Statham role ever, super serious but unintentionally funny. Gets very awkward when he notices it, yeah. Classic, like, 2.5 kids and partner and finds out it's really hard to be happy in that. Ouch. Okay. Too much, too real? Yeah, that's a little real, Charlie. I just feel like, you know, that their ancestor had a soft streak and then are, like, working really hard to, like, be like, yeah, but we're tough and we're strong and we're serious, you know? Schizophrenia as a greed deficit? Unstable episode where he becomes almost a dictator. So he has, like, an angry streak. An angry and controlling streak. What, that comes out when they're losing money? When trades aren't going their way? This is the Merchant Prince, so this would kind of work. I like that, though. I like that. So we have, like, one very paranoid, internalized person. We have one very whimsical, I don't care person. Everyone else sees him as mad, but he's the only one who sees the gravity of the contract. Yes. City's lost its flair, becoming very utilitarian. Yes, I like that. Yeah, so very much like everything's built for purpose. If it's beautiful but not useful, then we don't need it. It'd be very cool to see this story evolve into a live play. Well, hey, I am going to be writing, once we've done with each section, I'm going to be looking at writing mini campaigns, one-shots, all sorts of stuff like that for people to actually run themselves with groups of their friends within these worlds, and they're going to be tackling some of the issues that we bring up throughout the series. So I'm already going to be writing a Teppywig one-shot where you are the Chosen, heading up the pilgrimage to Goreg to sacrifice, well, to meet with the trolls. Only to find out just how horribly wrong you and your people were and try to escape. That's one shot that I will be writing. I think there could be a really cool mini campaign that I can write in this section. That's probably something I'm going to look into doing. But yeah, this is all going to be a thing that I'm doing. Luckily now I do have help with the website. I do have help with the nuances of the character creations, the race creations, and the monsters, so everything's a little bit easier now. I'm also going to be writing shorter story excerpts and things about different areas as well, so there's a lot coming. There is a lot coming. Every time we build onto these and the more filled out the world becomes, the more stuff is going to be coming out on the website, and in Discord we'll be chatting about it and stuff like that as well, so do keep an eye out for it. College was for artists and bards is now propaganda music that isn't about just ideas, just function. Ooh, I like that. Ouch. We'll just call it a propaganda factory. It's basically what it is. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay, I think we've got pretty much all the information we need on these. So let's talk a bit then about the princes themselves. What is so we have each of the princes, the lumber prince, the silver prince, and the merchant prince. Each one obviously has a different function to play within the empire. We know what their basic capacities are. If we now have a look at this. So I'd say like this is the silver prince's land. This is the merchant prince's land. This is the lumber prince's land. Each one has a city on the coast to trade with one another. What about the land in between? Is there any, do we want it to just be wilderness? Almost like don't come near us, make it as difficult as possible to get through? Do we have a lot of bandits in this area that have kind of come from pirates who've come with them and then broken away upon this civilization growing? Thinking it no longer fits with their free ideals. Get some roads in as well. Nearly free, no laws. Yeah, so like anywhere outside of the prince. So the princes set their own laws, I'm guessing, yeah? In each of their kingdoms, they have their own rules. A native race to Colabria? Yeah, we could indeed have a native race to Colabria. Known as the free people? Or do we just want people who've left? A fourth prince who claims to rule? We could definitely work with that. What idea do we want to go with, guys? Because we've got to pick one. Let's have some support for each other here. What are we thinking? Native race, so like a native race free people. Yeah, I like the idea of natives as well, because that could bring conflict and all sorts of stuff into it. But we could have a lot of fun exploring. Don't mind me just getting some red in. Some of them joined the new people, but a lot of them held onto their land. Yeah, so maybe there's a conflict there then, between the native people and the greed-driven pirates. Champion of Greed is one of the native race. Yes, I like that idea. Like, the one who keeps the balance is actually one of the ones who was here first and doesn't want to see the land destroyed. Okay. So what is this native race? We can come up with a name in a bit. If we want to come up with some of their features first, I think maybe that's a good idea. We know the Champion of Greed is one of the native race. Raccoon people? That's cute. Would mess up my quote, but we can work on it as the champion is Imra, but doesn't know he's a former native. Yeah, I could do. Trash boys. We're not having trash pandas. Be a people. Skilled hunters and gatherers. Yeah. Plant boys, we could literally have a species of plant people. That is a thing we could do. Yeah, maybe they are kind of like dryads. But I'll probably make a custom race of them. I mean, remember that this land is very green up in this area effect. There is some snow here, but a lot of it is quite green. Although cold, yes. We could do Wookiee-looking people, though. Wookiee-looking people could definitely work. No, it's this whole area here in between. Whatever the land is in between is going to be the native. Native to Colabria in general, to be fair. So the whole area, it's just they were pushed out of these areas by the pirate princes. Wookiee raw. Okay, looks like we're going with Wookiee-esque. We'll come up a name with them at some point. So they're Wookiee-esque people. I love this. Skilled hunters and gatherers. Champion of Greed is one of these guys, is one of the natives. Do we have a name? Does anyone have an idea for a name of the Wookiee-esque natives? I'm gonna say probably quite a lot of this then is wilderness as well. Some grasslands, some wilderness. The Jackarak? I like that. That's a good name. Wookiee-esque. The Jackarak. Okay, yeah. That's what I'm going with. A lot less fun to say than Tepiwig, but, you know, we get there. We get there. It is actually quite fun to say. The Jackarak. Okay. We're getting a Disney cease and desist. Yeah, no. These are called the Jackarak. Not Wookiees. They're Jackarak. Hairy humanoids. We'll go with hairy humanoids. Large hairy humanoids. We'll put their description as large hairy humanoids. There we go. Called the Jackarak. So they're hunter and gatherers. I love that. No cease and desist from Disney. Roars they make are similar to a crocodile click, which seems similar to Jacka Jacka Jacka. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Just so I understand what that means, I'm gonna put that there. Okay, nice. Crossbows that fire energy. Charlie, we're not making Wookiees. Okay, we're not doing that. We're not making Wookiees. I do like the agile yetis that jump between tall trees. That's basically what we're going with. Like, these are like big forests, cold forests. There's gonna be a lot of jungles. Parachute on giant leaves. Okay. Avoiding ripping off Star Wars. We're saying they jump between trees. Bit like the Viet Cong. Yeah, so they have like trees and then like little villages. Maybe they're kind of like Ewoks. Again, not sponsored. Disney, don't fight us. But like, they live kind of in the trees, or do they live in little burrows in the ground and then like jump around the trees? Under the fur, they're reptilian? How would that work scientifically? Maybe I'm thinking too much on science here, but like, okay. This is fantasy. You're right, Effect. You're right. There you go. Reptilian in nature beneath the fur. Aren't most reptiles cold-blooded, though? Meaning cold climates would kill them. Live underground or in trees. Yeah, so where do we want them to live? We'll take a look. So they... Yeah, do they live underground? Yeah, actually lizards, just happens that they are collectively furries. Oh god, stop. I think underground or in trees, I think is a better way to go. There's gonna be a lot of trees and stuff around here. Oh, 2 sub-races of Jackarak? Yeah, we could work with that. There we go, we'll call them ground walkers and tree striders. One gets to dig speed, the other gets climbing speed? Yes. Primeval forest was huge trees. Yeah, we can work with that. That's something I'm going to pop up here. Okay, so primal forest between, like, big trees. And then we have the ground walkers and the tree striders, right? Both have claws for climbing and digging. Yeah, 100%. Both sub-races have claws. Like sloths. Oh. Okay, yeah, but we can use them as a damage thing as well. So they get like an unarmed striking damage. I can work with that. Okay, so the Jackarak. Large hairy humanoids. Skilled hunters and gatherers. Love that. Live in these primal forests. Some live in, like, in the ground. Others live in the trees. I love this. This is great. Okay. So much that needs to go up on the website already. It's going to be fun for me to write and expand upon. Like huge dragonflies and beetles. Do you want it to be bugs or mammals? Because like this seems like a mammal era. Because again, dragonflies and beetles wouldn't necessarily survive that easily in the cold. There aren't many creatures that can survive super easily in the harsh cold climates that this would be. Tall birds like emus? Yeah. Homemade cuisine is like a goop pie made from large bugs. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so we will have bugs. So they hunt emus, essentially emus and bugs. What is a cassowary? Anyone wanna... I don't actually know what that is. Am I gonna end up Googling this? Is this safe to Google? I'm gonna Google it, okay. Okay, so it's a bird. Okay. Oh my god, those are kind of cute, though. They have, like... Okay. Yeah, no, they look... That looks like it's trying to kill me. That makes me scared. Right there. Okay. So they hunt cassowaries. Cassowaries and big bugs. They do look like they have a little hammer on their head. What the fuck is up with that? That just looks scary. What? Just why? Just why? And that? No. Oh, fuck that. Yeah, fuck that. Okay, they hunt cassowaries and big bugs. The punk. Can we have a separate stream session where we expand upon a bestiary? Yeah, we will be doing that, but that'll be once the world is made. We'll then go into more detail on the specifics of the monsters that we've come up with in the actual streams. We want to get through actually making the world first. Then we'll do bestiaries, things like that, and start expanding on our monster collection, as it's called. I do have a page set up for it already in the website. Also, I do want to say real quick, so I've got a page set up here ready for it, but I haven't got anything in there yet. I do want to say, if anyone wants to make any art for the Teppy Wigs, for the elves, the Dawn and Dusk elves, for the Jackarak, please do. If you do want the art to be displayed on the website, then we'd love for that. Just send it in to us. We will obviously put whatever tag you want us to put in terms of who you are on the picture as well. Give you credit on that way. But yeah, just if there's any artists out there who want to do that, please do. We'd love to see some of it, and we've created some really strange but interesting races so far in the world of Colabria, so yeah, let's just get on that. So the Jackarak, though, sound like they're going to be a lot of fun. I will make this a playable race as well. I will be making a full sheet, just like I did with the Teppy Wigs. This is a D&D 5e sheet, though we will probably be making our own RPG session, our own RPG system in time as well. I've got some people looking on that. If only we knew a really talented artist. I know, it's almost like this. It's almost like I feel like there's one in chat, Charlie. Am I wrong? I feel like there's one in chat. I feel like I know one. No pressure, of course. But yeah, so yeah, if anyone wants to do that, please do. If you guys want to draw a Jackarak, we'd love it. Sorry, Andy, call you out. But like, yeah, do so. It's gonna be fun. But so we have the Jackarak then. We have the Merchant Princes, whose names we are yet to... we'll just put... So this is the Merchant Prince. We're then gonna have... the Lumber Prince. And the Silver Prince. Over here. Whose cities still need to be named. Furry Lizard, oh god. Go follow Majesty Maps, you guys, she's great. Yeah, no, they are great. They are amazing, so 100% should go follow them. Furry Lizard with sloth claws. That's essentially what we've just made, yeah. A tall furry lizard. Yeti-like man with claws. Explain that. I'm gonna have to. In the description section of the website, I'm gonna have to. Do we have any ideas for what these cities are gonna be called then? I feel like piratey names is needed. So what are we gonna want to call the three main cities? The Silver Princes, the Merchant Prince, and the Lumber Prince's cities. Do we have any ideas? We're gonna be going for another 15 minutes or so before we call it today, guys. So let's try and get some stuff done, and we'll go from there. Swashbucklington. That might be a little bit close. You do have the D&D 5e rogue swashbuckler. Maybe a little too close on that one. Yargberg. Avastville. Is it bad that I kind of like those? Skunk and Bog as the name of a town. I like the name as a town, actually, a little bit. Wow, I love how that destroyed it. Riggin, yeah, I like that as well. We'll have a Riggin, I think. Oh, wait, don't fuck up. Riggin. One just called Wreck. I feel like the Merchant Prince's place, that's gonna be called Riggin. We'll just, you know what, we will have a town called Wreck, because you know what? No one can stop us. This is our world, and I think that's kind of funny. Bullshit that makes sense in the end. Yeah, Crow's Nest, either a town or a pub. Oh, I like that as a pub, actually. The Crow's Nest. Just ignore my annotation for this section. Philly Wing, Planks Walk. Wizards of the Close have no power here, this is true. The Lookout is a name for a lighthouse? Yes, love that. Planks Walk I like. Over here. I'm just going with like really simple names and I kind of love it. Palatnik? Yeah, Palatnik. Go with that. Go for Reach Nest. 3 towns are called Wreck, and I insist they were all first to call it that. No, let's not do that. Reach Nest I like. Okay, we're gonna go with, like that. Okay, we still have so many more to name, guys. Let's go to the Lumber Prince. The Lumber Prince, what is the Lumber Prince's land gonna be called? Ooh, Shellside Bay. That's a good one for over here. I'll do that over. I think Shellside is a good name for a town, so we'll call that one Shellside. And maybe that's what the bay is called by them. Yeah, I think that over here, again, makes sense. So we'll have this whole section here be the Shellside Bay. Town itself being called Shellside. I feel like these are fairly simplistic people. So what do we want the Lumber Prince to be called? What do we want the town of the Lumber Prince to be called? Welcome back, Barna. We've made an entire race since you've been gone. Called the Jackarak. Which are large, hairy humanoids that are hunters and gatherers. There are groundwalkers and tree striders that dig and climb, and they are the natives to the land that hunt cassowaries and bugs that live in the gaps between the merchant princes. It's a whole thing in a massive primal forest. It's a big thing. But yes, right, Lumber Prince. Lumber Prince, we need a name for the Lumber Prince's abode. Yeah, you wish I was kidding, but I'm not. This is an actual thing that we have indeed made. You're welcome. More names, guys. Let's go with some more names. Timber Mill. Yeah, we could just have, I think, just a town called Timber. Just the irony of it, you know, kind of fits the whole vibe. Mickey wakes up in the night knowing he's got someone to sue. Timber with 2 R's? Oh, okay, right, it's gotta have 2 R's. My bad, my bad. What's the Lumber Prince's capital gonna be called? So the Merchant Prince's capital is called Rigger. What's the Lumber Prince's capital gonna be called? Mr. Worldwide. Ashbury, Driftwood. Ooh, Driftwood. Yes. That's very Divinity Original Sin, but that's fine. Ashbury I like as well, though. Knowing that this is the Colwood as well, that works really well. Okay, we have this little town here that's in between, kind of at the fork of the river. Do we have any idea what we want to call that place? Peg and Leg, big brand store. Peg and Leg is a good store name, actually. Let's get that down. 100% a good shop name. Let's get that there. Sounds dodgy? Yeah, it does, but it's kind of funny. Void leaf. Ooh, yeah. Or crossfork. Crossfork's kind of funny. Crossfork sounds simpler. I feel like we need stuff that isn't... We need stuff that's very simplistic. For these guys. Currents cross. I like crossfork. I don't know, because I think about crossfork, I like it. So we have Driftwood, Riggan, are the two of the capitals. What about the Silver Prince's capital? What's the Silver Prince's capital gonna be called? Plus I have three other towns to name of the Silver Princes as well. Currents Cross I actually quite like as a name, but I don't. No, I like Crossfork more. Okay, yeah. The Chest. Glimmerlock. Ooh, Glimmerlock is good. Love that. Booty is in treasure. Well, I like Glimmerlock. We'll go with Glimmerlock. But I do like, just the chest. I kind of like that. Or Scar- just a place in the Scar's Peaks called Rock. Well, we have one called Wreck, so yeah, fuck it. This place is called Rock. That's fine. Okay, 2 more towns to go, guys. 2 more towns to go that aren't too phallic, please. By a lake? Neither of them are specifically by a lake, though. Otherwise, I'd say that's a really good one. People in Wreck purposely call Rock Wreck. Near Hill? Yeah, Near Hill works. But Near Hill up down here. Okay, I got one more place to name. Shalebridge. Ooh, I like Shalebridge. Okay, we named all of these now, guys. That's our pirates done. And, most people call it Shield. Fuck's sake. Falmouth, no, Charlie. Okay, now that we've done most of the pirates of the merchant conglomerate of Colabria, which is going to be really fun to write. Now that we have a hell of a lot of information that I'm going to have to write up, I think we're going to call tonight's stream there. If you guys want to see as information is being updated and put into more manageable pieces and sizes, kind of like this Tepiwig tree is being made. I made the Tepiwig last week. If you want to see this stuff happening, go over to the website. I will pop a link in chat for you right now. You are more than welcome to check it out. I will be updating stuff over the course of the next week, trying to get all the information that we've just pulled together onto this website. Everything is available on there right now. If you want to just check out some of the stuff we've already done, you are more than welcome to hop into some of these sections to find what we found so far about some of these unique areas and civilizations that we have made. With that said, I hope everyone has a really, really good evening. And thank you for joining me. And we hope you come back next time. Bye, guys.